In this video, we're going to be taking a look at numerical patterns, and you'll need to turn your Go Math book to page 387, get out your math journal, and a pencil. Now, the essential question that we are going to be answering is how can you identify a relationship between two numerical patterns? Okay, so let's take a look at the problem on page 387. And it says, on the first week of school, Joel purchased 2 movies and 6 songs from his favorite media website. If he purchases the same number of movies and songs each week, how does the number of songs purchased compare to the number of movies purchased from one week to the next? So what we want to do is we want to look at step 1. Alright, so it says use the 2 rules given in the problem to generate the first 4 terms in the sequence for the number of movies and the sequence for the number of songs. Okay, so a couple questions that we do want to ask ourselves even before we do this. How many movies does Joel purchase each week? Okay, and we can see right away 2 movies, so let's write that down in the upper right hand corner on page 387. And then how many songs does Joel purchase each week? 6 songs. Okay, then let's take a look at our step 1. Alright, so we see the sequence for the number of movies each week is, so you can see purchase 2 movies each week. So 2 plus 2 is going to give me 4, plus another 2 is going to give me 6, plus another 2 will give me 8. So you can see that sequence. Alright, now the sequence for the number of songs each week, 6 songs a week, so 6 plus 6 is 12, plus another 6 is 18, plus another 6 is 24. Okay, now what we want to do is write the number pairs that relate to the number of movies to the number of songs. Okay, so we can see week 1, 2 movies, 6 songs. Week 2, you can see 4 movies, 12 songs. Week 3, 6 movies, 18 songs. Week 4, 8 movies, 24 songs. So you can see that because we have our sequence right up here, adding 2 to each week for the number of movies, adding 6 for the number of songs, because it says that Joel purchased 2 movies, that's why we're adding 2. 6 songs, that's why we're adding 6. Okay, now step 3, and trying to figure out the question here, which is how does the number of songs purchased compare to the number of movies purchased from one week to the next? Okay, so for step 3, alright, for each number pair, compare the number of movies to the number of songs. What rule to describe, or write a rule to describe the relationship. Okay, so we can see that number of movies is 2, number of 6 is songs, so we can see that from 2 to 6, obviously it's increasing, so it's going to be either adding or multiplying. Now we can't just say it's going to be add 4 or multiplied by 3, because we need to look at the whole entire, all the weeks that we have here. Okay, so added 4 multiply 3 is what it looks like from week 1. Week 4, if you add 4 to that, that only gives you 8 and not 12. However, if you multiply by 3, 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, that seems like that's working. Let's look at week 3. 6 times 3 is 18. That works. 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, so we can see for each related number pair, the second number is 3 times as great as the first number. Okay, so the rule for this is multiply by 3. Alright, so from one week to the next, the number of songs Joel purchased is 3 times, to answer our question, as many as the number of movies purchased. Okay, let's take a look at this problem on page 388. And it says, and we're going to do this together, when Alice completes each level in her favorite video game, she wins 3 extra lives and 6 gold coins. Write a rule. What rule can you write to relate the number of gold coins to the number of extra lives she has won at any level? How many extra lives will Alice have won after she completes 8 levels? Okay, so we can see that this is a lot of questions that they're asking us. So we'll take a look at this together. Okay, so you have the table on page 388 at the top. All right, now you can see with this table the only thing that's really missing here, okay, is the extra lives on level 8. However, we know from the story problem that she wins 3 extra lives and 6 gold coins for each level. Okay, so we have 0, 3, 6, 9, 12. All right. Now it is important to look at your table because this jumps all the way to 8. All right, so this is actually going to be 24. Okay, it's not the 5th level, it's the 8th level, so very important to understand that. So we can see that the rule here is adding 3, pretty simple. The rule at the bottom, we can see adding 6. Okay, now in order, if you want to take a look at, what rule can we see from gold coins, the extra lives. Okay, we can see from gold coins to extra lives here, divide by 2. So divide by 2. Now if we're looking extra lives to gold coins, we can see that we can multiply by 2. So depending on what we have here, extra lives to gold coins to extra lives, whichever one you want to take a look at, either dividing by 2. If you're looking at 48 divided by 2 gives you 24, or 24 multiplied by 2 will give you how many gold coins. Okay, now that we have that table filled out and ready to go, we have all the information we need to start answering these questions. Okay, so we can see on the top line to the left of the table, complete the rule. We've already done that for step 1, so we know it's adding 3. So in each of these blanks on page 388, I want you to write adding 3 to each of these. Okay, so we have 0, 3, 6, 9, 12. We saw that in our table. So from one level to the next, Alice wins. Sorry, Alice wins 3 more extra lives. Okay, now step 2. So we already saw this. We already completed this, the bottom rule. Okay, we know that it's adding 6 now. Okay, that was the difference between all of the consecutive terms. All right, so from one level to the next, Alice wins 6 more gold coins. So we have everything established here for us. Okay, all the rules and everything there. So we can see step 3, we want to write number pairs that relate to the number of gold coins to the number of extra lives won in each level. This helps us really organize our information so we can really understand how to get to that final section or that final answer. Okay, so for step 3 it says write number pairs that relate to this. So for level 1 you can look at your table. I don't have it on my screen. We can see 6 and 3. Level 2, 12 and 6. Level 3, 18 and 9. And level 4, 24 and 12. Okay, now we already did step 4, the very beginning. We kind of saw everything so we can really attack the problem. Complete the rule to the right of the table that describes how the number of pairs are related. Okay, so we know that, from gold coins to extra lives, we can divide by 2. Extra lives to gold coins multiply by 2. So knowing how many gold coins you have on level 8, you'll also be able to figure out how many extra lives. Okay, so for each level, the number of extra lives, so we can see 0, 3, 6, 9, 12 all the way to 24, we know that's half as great as the number of gold coins. Okay, so the rule that we already established is divide by 2. All right, so after 8 levels, we can see right on our table that Alice will have won 24 extra lives. Why is that? Because on level 8, she had 48 gold coins, and we know the rule is divide by 2. 48 divided by 2 gives us 24. So you can see a lot of steps and a little bit of work to get to this final answer, but organizing your information in a table and then figuring out the consecutive terms and the differences and all that will definitely help you get the correct answer with these complicated type problems. Okay, I want you to complete the share and show problem, and when you're finished on page 389 you can press play and I will have the answer for you. So pause the video now. Okay, you can see the answer. We have 25 and 50, and you can see the rule is multiply by 2. Okay, I want you to complete this problem at your seat all by yourself, and when you're finished you can press play and I will have the answer for you. So pause the video now. Okay, you can see the answer for this problem is 6. You can see the number of eggs, multiply the number of eggs by 6 to find the number of muffins, and you can see for 9 batches 108 muffins. I want you to complete this test prep problem at your seat all by yourself. When you're finished you can press play and I will have the answer for you. So pause the video now. Okay, the answer is letter C. And moving on to the essential question, how can you identify a relationship between two numerical patterns? And you can see I can find a rule to write the first few terms in each sentence, in each sequence. Using the two sequences, I can write number pairs and then find a rule that relates to one sequence to the other. And this completes the video on numerical patterns. If you have any questions about this concept, please come and see me.